Hi everyone, it's Jez here from Nigezza.blogspot.com, and today I'm really excited to be bringing you a project that I made as part of the design team for the Stamping for All Facebook page. And so every week somebody different from the design team is going to be doing a project, and it goes on the website on the Monday. I do the blog on the Saturday, and then here's the tutorial on the Sunday for how I made my original project. So the theme was party time, so I decided to use Picture Perfect birthday for this because it just screams of party, that stamp set, I thought. So you've got some different celebration sentiments, as well as a birthday one. We've got bows, we've got blow ticklers, we've got candles, and we've got sort of confetti. So it's very, very party-ish, I thought. Okay, so this is the card that I made with our candles and our confetti and our offering, wishing you a happy birthday. And then inside I did some more confetti around there, cue with confetti. I was imagining party poppers with all the streamers and that coming out. So I'm going to change the colours and I'm going to show you how I did it. So for this one, I'm going to use Berry Burst. I did a video the other day and I did keep calling this Rich Razzleberry, so I do apologise for that. Berry Burst, and I'm going to be using Flirty Flamingo with it. This one was Bermuda Bay and Lemon Lime Twist, so this one's going to be a little bit more pinky. So this is our standard piece of A4, cut in half, fold in half, and then my usual two mats that I do, one for the outside and one for the inside. Okay, so the thing that I sort of worked out was sort of lining up these sort of candles. The stamps are three separate sort of columns here, so I'll show you how I sort of lined that up on the stamp. So I used a D block with it, and using my grid mat, I took the three candles and I kind of allowed 2 square distance between them, because that is not a candle, that says happy birthday, because when I sort of laid them on my grid mat, they kind of took up a little bit smaller than 2 squares. So I figured if we left 2 squares in between each one of the candles, then that will be enough for stamping. Of course there's little edges around it, so that would leave definitely enough space. So I lined it up. English good, am I? I lined it up at the bottom there, as I say, leaving 2 squares in between, like so, and then I just picked it up on my block. Now the thing that would be absolutely perfect for this would be the Stamparatus, because you would be able to put that on, and then it's got a hinge thing, and then you would just move it along, plonk, move it along, plonk. Anyway, I haven't got one yet, so that's no good. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my stamping mat here with a bit of rough paper, because I will probably go off the edge. So I stamped once in one colour and once in the other, and it just cuts down on the time of your stamping, because you do 3 at one go. So ink it up. I did the first one over to the edge, and then lining up on my grid mat and left another 2 squares there. Went again, and then again lining up on my grid mat, leaving 2 squares, stamped again. Okay, going to clean that off, and then I'm going to stamp it up with the Flirty Flamingo. I've got a little smudge on it. I'm not bothered. I had a smudge on the other one, and once we've done the sprinkly bits, we won't really notice that at all. Just using my Stampin' scrub here off camera a bit. And then I'm going to come in with Flirty Flamingo. I haven't used this very much because not really my colour, but I have been kind of embracing my inner pink. Now I'm not going to do it next to it because that would look odd, so I sort of moved up one with the patterns. Do the next one, and then stuck in a stripy one here next to that solid one. And that's how I did my row of candles. Okay, they're not completely uniform, but I didn't mind that because, let's face it, who's ever managed to stick candles in the top of a cake and had them completely uniform? I know I certainly haven't. So I was quite happy with that. And I was delighted when I saw this because the Merry Patterns, if you remember the Merry Patterns at Christmas time, that had the sort of row of candles, and I really liked that look. So I thought, oh, I'll be able to do that again. I'll be able to do my eclipse effect again as well using this. I was going to do party in the eclipse, but it was actually just a little bit too long, the word. This is So Saffron, and I'm going to use this for the flames. So I'm just putting a flame on the top of each candle. Isn't really a quicker way of doing that. The one in Merry Patterns, it had all the flames together, but the candles were sort of fixed, weren't they? So it was actually easy to do that. And I did think about coming in with a pen and doing a marker rather, and colouring in the bottom of the flame, but I'm not going to. So that's that, and then we need to do the confetti bits around the top. So that is just clean me frame off. There we go. So I'm going to do these. I'm going to do these in Flirty Flamingo. So this literally just stamped all over the top, kept turning it slightly, just covered the whole area. See, covering up that splodge, sorted. So it's like we've had a bit of an explosion in a party popper factory. It's all going on at this party. There we go. And then the next one I'm going to be using Berry Burst. And this is going to be the little dots. So I'll just give this a clean. Need to clean my Stampin' scrub. I say it every day. I think I'm going to do it before I go to bed. That'll be the last thing I do at night, is I'll clean my stamp and scrub, and then it'll be all dry in the morning. And I never, ever remember. Right. And then just do exactly the same, and they sort of go in between the sprinkles. We've got these darker bits, and that covers the smudge again quite nicely. One of my sort of, not so much a New Year's resolution, but something I thought I'd try and do, and it's be a bit of a neater crafter. Not really succeeded yet. January the 3rd, the launch of the new catalogue today. I know this is, you're going to see this like ages later, but I've not yet managed to be tidy. Not yet. Been too busy. We've got colour challenges on a Wednesday, and planning this. We've got a Pootles blog hop. That will have happened by the time this goes out. Just been so busy. So that's that. And I'm going to keep the berry burst out because I'm going to stamp the sentiment now. Give that a clean. I'm going to be using the Happiest Birthday. So I'm going to take the candles off of my D block. I have got a second D block, so I don't know why I did that. And I've got a little scrap of Whisper White that I'm going to... If you saw my colour challenge, you might recognise that little stripy bit there. That was the topper that I made on my card. There we go. And then I may as well, whilst I've got the ink out, stamp the sentiment on the inside, which is Cue the Confetti. I'll get my other D block out for that. Doesn't actually have to be a D block, this one, but that was the nearest one that I had. Use my grid there to go somewhere in the middle. There we go. And then I'm actually going to go round the outside in this. I've got a little splodge there. I'm going to turn it over. I don't want that little splodge. What did I say about being a neater crafter? Yep, fail. That's better. So, round the outside with this, I'm going to go off once. So it's a little bit lighter. Just go quickly round. Oh, I feel like I'm playing post office. Did you ever do that when you were a kid? Had a little stamp and you were stamping all the postal orders. That's what I feel like. Got a little bit trigger happy there. There we go. Maybe that's why I like stamping so much. Okay, and then I just need to come in with the sprinkles with the Flirty Flamingo. And then I just want the sprinkles. Do remind me of sprinkles on cakes as well. This colour. So I'm going to go off again. I always do sort of second generation on the inside of a card, because I like it to be a little bit subtler. So it's like mimicking the front, but not quite so strong. Oh yeah, I so feel like I'm playing post office again. Oh, it's got a bit of a ribbon, that. Ought to take that. Could be top 10. There we go. So that's all my stamping done. Okay, fabulous. So I have got my sentiment here that I'm going to use my 2-inch circle punch to punch out, and it does fit. You have to sort of line it up. Excuse me, my camera was telling me I had a low battery. Well, hopefully it'll stay. So you have to sort of line it up. You just lose a little bit of the swirl, but that's fabulous. And then with a bit of Berry Burst, I'm using the, oh no, that's the card blank. God, that would have been disaster. I have a scrap. I have a scrap here. I'm using the Starburst punch. I love these two layered together. Absolutely fabulous. And then I'm going to stick that together. And then on this one, I used our new ribbon. I got a spill somewhere, but I can't see it now that I'm looking for it. So it's our organza ribbon, and it's white, but you can colour it with the blends. So I've coloured that with the Bermuda Bay blend. But we have also got this lovely Berry Burst ribbon. So I'm going to use that on this card. Okay, so let's put it all together. So I'm going to use a bit of fast fuse. Stick that to that. Layers lovely, gives us a really nice bit round the edge there. Kind of decide on where I want this, using my grid mat to help. If that's going there, I want this to be stuck around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so just below the 5. So I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put my fast fuse there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put my fast fuse there. Stick it to your grid mat. That's compulsory. Not. Right, and then I'm just going to get some dimensionals. So we're going to put one at the top, one at the bottom, one to one side there, one to one side there. Thus trying to avoid the ribbon, really. So that's going to go on there, like so. And then what I did on this one, because I didn't like that sort of gap at the bottom, so I trimmed it off and added a bit of lemon lime twist. So I'm going to do that, and I got a little bit of sweet sugar plum to do that with. So I'm going to get my trimmer and just trim that little edge off. I went down to like this, just to take the bottom off. Like so. And then and that should be perfect size, and it is. Fantastic. So I'm going to put some fuse down the side and then along the bottom. Stick that on there, giving the border. Fast fuse this. Got a bit of a wispy bit there. Right. There we go. And then we just need to attach a bit in the middle. There we go. So there we have it in Berry Burst and Flirty Flamingo, and there it is in Bermuda Bay and Lemon Lime Twist. So all details of that are over on my blog, nigezza.blogspot.com, and if you go and visit the Facebook page, Stampin' for All, and you'll see lots and lots of lovely inspiration there, and that's the idea of doing this. And also on my blog, the blog post for it, there should be some other examples of what other people have done with this sort of idea of party time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed being part of the design team, and I'll be back next month with another one. Okay, see you again soon.